Ah!
The date is January 25th, 1800-ish. Alexander Hamilton has been found dead in his home in New York. A knife to his heart was the cause of death. Stuck on the knife, like bills on a spindle, were a copy of the Bill of Rights and Declaration of the Rights of Man. Whistleblowers Mr. K and Mr. M searched the immediate vicinity of the Hamilton home and found some additional evidence in the trash behind the house. First, a whiskey jug was found, and next to it, a note with the following words: "Thanks, my friends, I know we're going to do it." Finally, a banknote and a receipt for a coach ticket from Philadelphia were also found next to the jug.
John Adams.
It was not me.
Next, Patrick Henry.
Wasn't me.
Thomas Jefferson.
I didn't do it.
James Reynolds.
Wasn't me. Mr. Adams, do you know why you're here today?
No, I did not.
Really? Alexander Hamilton was murdered last night, and we have reasonable suspicion that it was you who killed him.
Oh dear, not a fellow Federalist.
Despite your Federalist affiliation, Mr. Adams, I know you did not like Hamilton. Mr. Adams, you called Hamilton the bastard brat of a Scotch peddler, considered his poverty in his early life to be a personal failing.
And I do stand by that.
Mr. Adams, didn't you consider Hamilton to be an egotistical prick?
I did, yes, I did.
Mr. Adams, we are aware of your political hate for Alexander Hamilton after the election of 1800.
Yes, I do have great political hate and resentment for Alexander Hamilton. His published pamphlet prevented me from winning a second term and ruined me politically. In his pamphlet, he even wrote this explicitly about me. He wrote, "The extreme egotism of the temper which could blind a man to considerations so obvious as those had recommended the course pursued, cannot be enforced by my comment. It exceeded all that I had imagined and shrewd. In too strong a light, the vanity which I had ascribed to him existed to a degree that rendered it more than a harmless fable." Hamilton lost me the support of Congress and the people. He caused me to have great embarrassment in the election of 1800, causing me to lose by such a landslide.
Mr. Adams, what are your feelings about this note where Hamilton said, "Thanks, my friends, I know where we're going to do it"? This was written in response to the election of 1800. What's your thoughts on this?
I know him and his friends worked to sabotage me. His bad-mouthing to Congress, his bad-mouthing to the press, they ruined me. And the whiskey, his whiskey tax. His whiskey tax caused people who hated taxes to all rally around Jefferson, one of the main guys who beat me in 1800.
Mr. Adams, I have reasonable suspicion to suspect that you are the one that killed Hamilton after finding out that you lost the election of 1800 and going from D.C. to New York to kill Hamilton.
But I did not kill him. Why would I kill a fellow polarizing Federalist when my popularity is already at an all-time low? That would ruin me even more.
You're dismissed, Mr. Adams.
Mr. Patrick Henry, do you know why you're here today?
No.
Alexander Hamilton was killed.
All that Federalist scum? I hate him.
Seems like you have some hate towards Mr. Hamilton.
Yeah, Mr. Hamilton was a Federalist douchebag, and I'm one of the biggest anti-Feds. I was one of the writers of the Anti-Federalist Papers, for Pete's sake.
And Hamilton was one of the writers of the Federalist Papers, wasn't he?
He was.
And how do you feel about this? The Bill of Rights.
Ah, yes, the Bill of Rights, which my ideals influenced. I believe guaranteed personal freedoms and set limits on government constitutional power is necessary.
You wanted this Bill of Rights so much that you failed and refused to sign the Constitution, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You hated the Constitution just like Hamilton disliked the Bill of Rights. Hamilton and all the other Federalists always thought that no list of rights could be complete, so just why have one at all? What do you feel about that?
Me and other anti-federalists deem this to be necessary for the U.S. government to not infringe on personal rights.
And Hamilton did not want the Bill of Rights. He was just always an obstacle for you, wasn't he? A constant roadblock. Mr. Patrick Henry, I have reason to believe you could have killed Alexander Hamilton in New York over a dispute over your refusal to sign the Constitution and his refusal to incorporate a Bill of Rights.
Maybe so, but I would never kill him. I've heard stories of Hamilton's heroics at Yorktown. I said, give me liberty or give me death. I am a patriot, and it is evident so is he. I would never kill another patriot who fought for our independence.
That's all, Mr. Henry.
Okay. Thomas Jefferson, Mr. Anti-Fed himself. Do you know why you're here today?
I do not.
Really? Mr. Jefferson, Mr. Hamilton was murdered last night.
What? You're kidding me. I just had an argument with him the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Please tell me more. Jefferson, you sucked as a president. You implemented the Embargo Act, which destroyed our economy. You eliminated trade with all other foreign countries.
Yeah, that might have been a bad policy, alright? I realize it, yeah? But I reestablished trade with the whole world except for Great Britain and France, because I didn't want to get involved in their mess, yo. Well, I purchased Louisiana Territory from France, doubling the size of our nation.
Yeah, but you reduced military spending so much that we got attacked by some pirates.
Well, I still kept foreign relations good, and I reduced the national debt by reducing military spending.
Jefferson, you went from a strict constructionist to a loose constructionist, and you decreased state rights, which went against your overall beliefs.
But it was all for the good of our nation. And I had the first peaceful transfer of power, despite having such a controversial election. Plus, during my presidency, national unity increased.
Nuh-uh. Jefferson, your presidency had more negatives than positives.
Despite our differences, why would I kill such a prominent figure in the United States government? And killing someone like Hamilton would just fracture our nation when I wanted to keep unity and peacefulness.
Also, the Declaration of the Rights of Man, which I helped write, says that people have the rights to liberty, property, security, and resistance to oppression. Why would I deprive Hamilton of the rights to liberty by killing him just for differing opinions?
That's all I need from you, pal. Mr. Reynolds, do you know why you're here today?
No, sir.
Alexander Hamilton was murdered last night, and I have reasonable conviction to believe it was you, Mr. Reynolds.
What? No, it wasn't me. I don't care about this politics stuff. Why would I kill Hamilton?
The night Hamilton was murdered, we found these 3 items in this whiskey bottle outside of his house. Right here is a banknote for $20. Didn't you have a scheme to extort Hamilton for sleeping with your wife, Mr. Reynolds?
I did.
Why?
Because you slept with my wife.
Okay. Right here is a tattered train ticket from Philadelphia. Isn't that where you live, Mr. Reynolds?
That is correct. But this doesn't connect me in any way to the crime.
How so? The evidence is clearly here. Mr. Reynolds, didn't you cause Alexander Hamilton to be accused of financial corruption?
That's...
In Hamilton's Reynolds pamphlet, Hamilton said, "The charge against me is in connection with one James Reynolds for the purposes of improper pecuniary speculation. My real crime is an amorous connection with his wife for a considerable time with his privity and connivance." Mr. Reynolds, wouldn't this be detrimental to the U.S. Secretary of the Treasury? Mr. Reynolds, the train ticket signifies how you went to Hamilton's house, and while he was sleeping with your wife, you killed him.
What? No, I would never kill him. I wouldn't do it.
You killed Alexander Hamilton.
Fine, I killed Alexander Hamilton. He slept with my wife and I needed money more than anyone.
It's over, Mr. Reynolds. We got you.
Oh no.
We got you here, buddy.
James Reynolds had had enough of Alexander Hamilton, and he was going to do something about it. After chugging down some whiskey, he put the bottle, his ticket, and a banknote down on the ground before storming in a drunken rage. He was going to kill Alexander Hamilton, the man who ruined him. He stabbed multiple times before laying the Bill of Rights and Rights of Man on as an FU to Hamilton and stabbing one final time.